What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the GoodeBaker podcast. I'm Nick Baker. Across from me, Shane Good.
Hey, what's up, boys?
And we're here to talk to you about some video games. First things first, what have we been playing, man?
So, I've been playing and I've been warming up. So, I've been playing Fortnite. Kind of just been thumping around still in Fortnite, just playing with a couple friends, nothing too crazy. Hopefully we'll get Ben back to PC gaming here pretty soon. We finally got the refund for the computer and stuff like that, so I have to build him a computer now.
Right. You were saying you finished your new one, right?
Yeah. My new one's finally finished. I ended up going with a 3700X, 32 gigs of Vengeance RAM, and my first M.2 drive.
Whoa. Vengeance?
That
RAM. Sounds fucking cool.
Corsair Vengeance. You know what the dude? It's
I know Corsair the brand.
Yeah, it looks cool as fuck.
All right, sweet.
It's solid black with yellow striping on it.
All right.
The only thing,
black and yellow, black and yellow.
I gotta throw this out there because it pisses me off super hard. The only way I could get my cooler, my water pump to fit on my CPU is backwards. So
okay.
Glass case looks fucking dope. It's got RGB set up in it. Cooler master is upside down.
Great.
Every time I look at it, it peers over, like I can see it over my monitor ever so slightly, and it's fucking upside down, and it just like
you're like, fuck. Eventually you're just gonna tear it up. Fuck this shit. Fortnite game goes wrong. You're like, damn, man.
But about Fortnite, so they haven't actually released the nerf, I believe, yet, but there was a nerf to the mech finally. So I won't go into super details. They nerfed the mech pretty heavily. They essentially half the damage, they half the amount of rockets it can do. They halved the jump radius that it could achieve, and then they gave it. So it was like, all right, finally you nerfed it. But they gave it like 250 more health. So
while nerfing it, they also kind of booned its health pool.
Yeah, they also made it so you don't have you don't gain mats anymore when you break stuff with it.
Okay, so that seemed pretty broken because you could just dive through buildings and destroy everything and get all those mats.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's gonna vibrate, so we're gonna throw it down here. So that's kind of, they did that, and then they added what's called a drunk rift into the game, which is conceivably more broken than the mech. Like,
yeah, I feel like that's just kind of the state they're in. They're just kind of throwing things at it to see if they can break it, and then try and fix it with something else that's cool and break it even more that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, their idea is to cater to the people that aren't good at the game, because they're the majority of the player base. So if you play, you cater to the majority of the player base. So like the idea is that anybody could get a win. Mm-hmm. But all they've done is made it so any professional players that play in a casual game, or any players that are above average that play in a casual game, now just absolutely slaughter everybody. Tfue used it against a handful of people in a professional scrim, and to just kind of like sum up what it does, you throw it down, and it's like a boogie bomb. Like, it looks kind of similar. You just throw it onto whatever, and I think a second and a half goes by, and a massive object drops out of the sky and crashes through whatever it is. Anything. Any amount. All of it.
Wow.
Whatever it hits, 200 damage to players, and if you are near it when it goes off, 100 damage, and it launches you away from it. So, like, it actually flings you away.
That's amazing.
So, like...
Oh, my God.
In professional scrims, it's ridiculous. Like, those massive build battles at the end, somebody saved 6 of them. Some French dude, forgive me, I don't remember his name, but he saved 6 of them and got 7 kills. Like, he had no kills, but made it to the final circle where there was like 30 people alive and killed 7 people. Like, just instantly. There was nothing they could do. Just instantly kill them. So, the community is a little in uproar about those.
That's a bit of a bummer for like the meta of the game for sure.
Yo.
But hey, casuals, get on your game and maybe you'll get a few wins while this thing's still broken as fuck.
Yeah, the casual players are loving it, dude.
Yeah.
They're loving it. But on other news, so we're practicing for Diablo, which comes out tonight. Diablo 3 Season 18. Mostly just doing level practices to try and, we're a 4-man group. Everybody's got their job. And we're going to try and be in the top. Our goal is to be in the top 50. We think we can make it probably top 5 to top 10 for leveling. We're pretty efficient when it comes to leveling. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be the first to level 70, hopefully, fingers crossed. If everything goes right, everybody logs on. We tried this one year and 2 people didn't log on and we had to just grab 2 random people.
Yeah, randos, man.
Yo,
awful time.
Definitely awful. And then we're going to do more leveling with our rat run characters. So we're going to try and rat 100s within the next 10 hours to 15 hours. We're going to try and be doing rat 100s and pushing our greater rifts, hopefully as a team where this league is this season's more team comp based. So we're going to try and push as high up on the leaderboard as we can in the first week like we always do and see what happens. 2 seasons ago, I was solo Demon Hunter top 35 in the world. So hopefully I can accomplish somewhere's right up in there this season.
Well, good luck, dude. Are you streaming this?
I will. We'll be doing a 20, 24 hour... I say 20 to 24 because it depends on how absolutely blasted all of us are at 20 hours.
Right. Well, just shoot me your link and I'll put it in the description below.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Twitch.go2? Yeah, easyAGO2/TwitchTV.com.
Right. It'll also be in the description.
Yeah.
Don't have to memorize all. But anyway, as for myself, I've just kind of been scraping away at Battlefield 5. Really impressed with it's glitchy, as old multiplayer online games it gets kind of glitchy. But for this
sure.
This part of its life, I feel like it's really still really tight, and the game's still a lot of fun. You can jump back in and kind of get trashed a few games, but you'll find your way pretty quickly if you know the game at all. And I'm a Battlefield veteran, so...
Fucking right you are.
Yeah, you're damn
My
right.
boy.
But anyway, that's what I've been playing.
Dope.
Keep it short and sweet. So we can get into the big topics of the week, which are all our highlights from Gamescom.
Yo.
And Gamescom's been fucking pretty interesting.
Some weird stuff at Gamescom, man. Good stuff.
Weird stuff.
Good stuff.
It's Germany, man.
Yeah.
They're weird over there.
Yeah, you got me there.
The first bit of news came actually during their live stream, but I moved it right to the top because I thought that it was kind of interesting for the future of a pretty important developer, and that's that Insomniac Games was purchased by Sony.
Who are they?
The guys that made what was that? Games.
What's that dude in that red suit? Is that?
Yeah, no, Santa Claus, right?
Yeah, Santa Claus.
But
Santa Claus the game.
This does mean some really good things for that franchise. I think that now they're bringing it internal and really gonna get that funding, I think. Other odd news, it came in the same week that Spider-Man was denied partnership with Sony and Marvel, so...
This is really interesting.
It's a weird little life that Spider-Man has. It's a similar life that the X-Men have had because they were purchased by Fox, but now that Fox has been purchased by Disney...
Yeah.
I wonder... how long before Sony is purchased by Disney?
Alright, well, all I'm saying is, I don't know if that will happen.
No.
Maybe Amazon will purchase Sony. I don't know. Anyways, enough of that. But
one of those billion-dollar companies, I'm sure.
I do, one thing that I do want to just throw out there. I'm very curious to know if Spider-Man, this means clearly that they're only going to do exclusives for PlayStation. Mm-hmm. And especially everything on this Gamescom list, I'm actually really impressed with how many things are PC Sony, Xbox PC. Even if we're not going we're throwing like a lot of things on both consoles. I've noticed a lot this year is also coming to computer, which hasn't been the case recently, and I was looking up statistics on it really quick just because I wanted to bring it up. Right now, the average 2018 of October, I believe, the statistics I was looking up, it's like 52.8% was computer gamers right now. The average computer gamer, though, the age difference is ridiculous. The average computer gamer is 35, right? And the average console gamer is like 17.
So would you say that that's like PC Master Race wisdom that those 35-year-old plus have?
All I'm gonna say is I'm really glad that the PC is kind of scaling up, because it means that me and you are gonna be able to start sharing games, and if it continues to level out like this, maybe we'll even get crossplay soon.
Yeah, I think that is a big important thing that's coming recently, is a lot of crossplay games, and including more player bases in games, because that keeps games alive longer. And
yeah, for sure.
You know, if your servers for that multiplayer game can't handle it, I think that that's the best way to keep like even Battlefield 5. If they were to add crossplay, I think that would boon that game immensely.
Dude, I would be out there grinding with you for sure.
Oh, yeah, it would be a whole lot of fun.
Then again, you'd meet my sniper if we got on opposite teams.
Yeah, well,
that would be...
We'll see how good you are with that sniper when I get up in your grill with a shotgun.
That's what pistols for, kiddo. All right, let's move on now.
Anyway, so the next thing on our list here is a really important one for me. I can't wait to see this next week, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern, Cyberpunk.
Yep.
CD Projekt Red announced that they were going to have a gameplay stream. It's like around 15 minutes of edited footage from the, I think, 45-minute thing that they showed
dope
behind closed doors at both Gamescom and E3 now. But yeah,
so
totally pumped for that. I can't wait to see more, because I mean, obviously it's
going to be so awesome.
One of the best games of next year.
Expect that in our next week's podcast, solely.
That's probably going to be a main eventer next week.
For sure.
Seems how we record around this time each week. But yeah, anyway, just kind of sprinkling that in there, because next week will be Cyberpunk week.
What's this week, though? This next one's pretty big for you, I feel like.
This one, I mean, obviously, I'm a Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy 8 is getting remastered and released on September 3rd, finally. It's actually one of the better ones, I'd say.
I actually enjoyed... This is one of the ones that I actually played a decent amount of, and I actually really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, although not on PC... To my knowledge?
Not 100% on that. It could be, but I do know that it's coming to PS4 and I believe Switch. I don't even know if it's coming to Xbox.
If they didn't bring 7 to Xbox, it's probably not good chances on 8.
Final Fantasy has been kind of leaning more the PlayStation direction of late.
Yeah, for sure.
And Nintendo, obviously, too. But this one is kind of in your vein, and it's also coming to Switch, Risk of Rain 2.
This game's actually really fucking cool. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if you've seen any gameplay.
I've looked at a little bit of gameplay. It's really odd.
So, I mean, Risk of Rain 2, we did something on this, like, way back when it came out. And this game is, like, it's definitely in my vein. It's like this weird, just for those of the people that don't know, it's a weird kind of dungeon crawler, but it's in an open world, so each map you go into, you have to beat a specific amount of enemies to move on to the next map, and it's a wave-based kind of like tower defense, but there's a lot of dungeon aspects with like the looting system.
Right, I kind of saw a little bit where this group of people were working together, and that it is wave-based, so you're kind of watching out from all around you. They can... enemies can spawn in and come at you, and it seems like it's pretty gruesome too, like the amount of enemies that'll come in like in later rounds, and you're picking up weapons and loot and whatnot, so it seems pretty a good fit for the Switch if they can get the online structure worked out.
I think this will definitely be a really awesome one. You guys should definitely check out Risk of Rain 2 for Switch, especially if you have other people that you play Switch with. This will be a really good one to pick up.
Yeah. And like we said, we talked about it before, so if you're interested in that, Go look for our Risk of Rain episode. I think I'm in like
3?
Episode 3 or 4. I don't know.
Yeah, somewhere like that.
But moving on to other news, Jaeger, the maker of Spec Ops: The Line, has a new game called The Cycle, and it's out on early access now, I believe. And I think it was actually during the show, and it seems interesting. It's an arena shooter genre, PvP, VE. And it's, from the trailer that they showed, it seemed like it was kind of fast-paced, almost looked cel-shaded in a way, and I don't know, just a cool little arena shooter from a really acclaimed developer, I think, and Spec Ops: The Line didn't get the recognition that it deserved. I think the story in that game was immensely creative and dark.
Yeah, I do.
But I don't know how that will translate to a multiplayer game, but we will see.
I mean, I don't condone shooting or drinking. Alright, I condone both. So, all I'm saying is, name of the company is Jaeger. I feel like every time you die, you get to get a Jaeger shot. Maybe that just sounds like a fantastic drinking game.
Maybe that's what they were going for.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Alright, I'm sorry, that was a bad joke.
Oh, yeah. Give me indigestion.
Still bad I made you burp.
Yeah, anyway, let's gameplay of Square Enix's Avengers game was shown, and honestly, in my opinion, from what I saw, not as bad as people made it out to be.
Dude, people were saying it was
harsh.
Yeah, what was that criticism for what it was?
It looks good, like the graphics look good. Maybe, a few of the animations aren't quite there yet, but they still have some time. They can tighten that stuff up.
What do they got? They have like several months of time, don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was like November.
No, it's next year. So
is it next year?
Yeah, it's next spring.
Dude, why are people freaking out over it? This is alpha.
They were quiet for so long with the Avengers game. I think that people are just kind of rightly cautious about it.
All right.
And what they saw initially wasn't exactly great. Everybody got all up in arms because they weren't like the likenesses of the actors in the game.
Yo.
But you got to move past these things. There are going to be other properties that take on different likenesses, and the way I feel is, if it's truly a creative experience, it's not going to like pick away at the actual MCU that Disney has. Then I think they should look different in some way. Let them have creative reign on like whether or not Captain America looks like a stay-at-home dad or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, I thought it looked pretty good. It was only like 12 minutes or so of footage, but that's better than we got before. We kind of got like some sparse little gameplay, and they showed. I think this was probably the demo that they showed at E3 that they showed.
Yeah.
Gameplay of.
I mean, so. I think we just need to remember who we're dealing with. I think Square Enix is a good company. They haven't steered us wrong too many times in the past. Crossing our fingers.
Yeah, these guys are making moves too. Like they've got so many great games in the oven right now, and next year is going to be the year of Square Enix, I believe. Like with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Avengers. Whatever they have cooking for maybe a Tomb Raider, like they're gonna have a big E3 presence, I'm sure, with all those games out and all the DLC plans that they have for Avengers and maybe the next portion of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Dude, to compete with Legion, they're gonna have to have something big out.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna have to have something big out.
Remind me what's Legion again.
That's the name of the it's made by Naughty Dogs. Oh no, I forgot the name of the game. Oh gosh darn it. It's the hacking one. The old lady that breaks
Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs.
That's Ubisoft, man.
Oh, that's Ubisoft, not Naughty Dogs?
Yeah,
what am I doing, dude?
Yeah, it's cool. Watch Dogs 3. Yep, Watch Dogs 3 is going to be dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Watch Dogs 3 Legion. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, at least I got that part right. Jeez.
It is Legion. Yep, I didn't connect those two. Yeah.
That's all right. So, anyways, moving
Disintegration, a new franchise from V1 Interactive, sets you in the cockpit of a hoverbike in a strategy-based first-person game with an interesting top-down combat concept in which you control not only your bike, but your fellow soldiers on the ground. the gameplay looked really interesting. It almost looked like a god view of Battlefield in a way, but you're kind of controlling the ship, and you're above everything. You're firing down artillery and stuff and ordering your guys to go to certain places. So it has a lot of really cool strategy aspects to it, and seems really cool. I like the aesthetic of it. It didn't look too cartoony or anything. The main character looked really interesting. He's like this robot person. There must be some sort of reason that the world is covered in like robot cyborg people, but we'll get the story bits and baubles once the game actually starts to come out. But I don't think they announced any kind of release plans or anything like that. It was just like a gameplay trailer, and
it looked pretty interesting.
Yeah,
definitely like the idea of the game like being in the action, but also being able to kind of control the action.
Yeah, it's on the list for a reason. It did have a really different view to this genre of shooter games. So keep your eye on Disintegration. A lot of people seem excited about it at the show.
Yep.
This next one was really strange. Erica, the live-action horror game, announced and released for PS4, I believe. It looks really strange, as you would expect from a live-action game. It's just live-action footage. You're pretty much playing a movie, and this is what we were kind of talking about like years and years ago. It's like, oh my god, this game looks so great. It's like playing a movie. No, you're actually now playing films, and it's honestly crazy the way that they have the interactivity kind of interwoven in this game, where there's like thumbprints on boxes that you press a button and you interact, or there's these hovering word bubbles that pop up around the actress's face that you select, and she actually responds with those words. It must have taken forever for them to shoot all these scenarios.
Yeah, it must have crazy.
Much like the Quantic Dreams. Wow, it just escaped me. Detroit Become Human.
Yep. I forgot that game exists.
Yeah, that game was really, really good. I played that and enjoyed the story very much, especially Connor, the detective character in that game, was really fucking awesome.
I personally haven't played it, but I mean, going back to this specifically, there's two things that really stood out to me. One, the girl that plays the girl in the actual horror movie, she was the one that went on stage and talked to like the interviewer and talked to everybody about it. Yeah. And she actually had like a pretty decent sum of like how everything was done, and she like super involved in it and really like engrossed in it. And I think that that's a really cool thing to see a company do, where like the main characters are also like part of the real and main development of it.
Right, they become the stars of the game, and I think that's really where the gaming industry is like being flung towards, because these developers are becoming rock stars. Like Cory Barlog, when God of War came out, he just became like a mega star in the industry. Yeah, he was everywhere. You saw him on every podcast, and
dude was a legend.
Yeah, these actresses and actors that are portraying these characters, and their likenesses are in the game. I think it is really cool to see them up on stage, and they really know the processes that go into making a game. And I think it's making us start to value that part of the industry more than we ever have before. And I that is dope, because that's who we really should be thanking for all these fucking amazing games, is the people that are behind all of it.
Damn straight, dude.
They're pulling the plugs, pressing the buttons. We don't know any of that shit. We're just playing these games, enjoying ourselves. But
fucking right, man.
Way to go, Erica, for knowing your shit, getting up on stage. Don't know the actress's name, but
dude, kudos to you. Number 2, by the way, Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk came out of the stage. All right, that's all I wanted to say.
You're breathtaking. Anyway, so to finish us up here, we have a couple more things. I'm gonna swap the first one and the last one here, because
I've got one to add to this too.
Sure. All right, so we'll keep it going for 3 then.
Yep.
Season 4 of PUBG is headed to console, and crossplay is headed there as well. Xbox and PS4 are finally going to be able to play together. I don't know if the crossplay is coming out with Season 4 exactly, or if it's going to come out a little later, but Season 4 launches on the 27th of this month.
Dope.
So look forward to that.
It's 5 days.
Death Stranding had a big presence at Gamescom.
Yeah, man.
Really cool, really heartwarming on-stage presence by Kojima and Jeff Keighley, and
dude,
it's really cool that they in the trailer they put Jeff Keighley in the game now.
Yeah, man.
Like, it seems like everybody that's friends with this Kojima guy is just getting a full ride in this game, and it's really cool, honestly. And I've never seen game development kind of take into this kind of a level, like, you're gonna be in the game, you get in here,
dude. This guy was just like, oh, I know him.
Yeah.
Get the fuck in the game, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, like
it's great. And they introduced a peeing mechanic, which also I think is a first for a game.
What a game of this caliber?
Oh, Jesus, I think Kojima's done this before, like peeing mechanics in games. So I mean, maybe it's not a first, but he's definitely the pioneer of peeing in games.
I mean, a game of like this caliber, like a literal AAA title. He's like, also, you can pee. Like,
also, you can pee, and there's a measurable amount of pee in your body. It's like, oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, great news for Death Stranding fans. Obviously, we're excited, or I'm excited for that. I haven't heard your thoughts too much on the Death Stranding front of things, but it's going to be,
I mean,
an evolutionary game for sure. Storytelling, I don't even know what the fuck's going on in this game, and I'm still excited.
Dude, this game is everywhere. Also, like, so the story was cool, but the part that actually stuck out to me the most was, and we talked about a little bit. You didn't watch too much of the the actual piece. So I watched a decent amount of like this part of it, and he goes out on stage. Did you watch any of him out on stage?
Yeah. I watched him talking with his interpreter.
So at the beginning of that, when he's like, "Hi Germany, I shouldn't be here because I should be working on the game, but I really like you guys, so I wanted to come say hi."
Yeah.
What a fucking legend,
like,
dude.
What a G, man.
What a legend.
Yeah, he's definitely, like I was saying before, one of the rock stars of the industry. Like
my gosh.
He's starting to become known like far beyond the gaming world.
Oh yeah.
As like somebody that's important to an art form, which is great. So, take us away. What are we ending the show on this week?
Just a little ending the show on PC, because that's what matters, not playing. So, a quick game. Actually, it's in your vein. Anno 1800. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it. It's a game a lot like Civilization. I completely had forgotten that the release date is, well, one of the release dates, it came out in April 16, 2019, so it came out a little bit ago, but they released a kind of like a massive update at Gamescom. I don't know when it's titled for, but I just wanted to throw out, if you're into like that kind of European Universalist, Civ 6, like if that's kind of the vein of game that you like, you should go check out Anno 1800. It's very much like that, except it cares about all of the little details, all of the very specific like little details about like how you do like what you can do in your democracy, and like how you go about like different parties and stuff like that. You can kind of take over different things very specifically, and it's a very just like, it's a very niche game, but the people that like it they're all into it. These people have like 2,000-3,000 hours into this game because it's just such a like ridiculous game. So major update coming for them. And then the other thing was Port Royale 4, which is another game that's in your vein. It's also in mine. We haven't had a Port Royale game in, I think the last one was 2013 or 2014, somewheres like that, and it's same idea, except this game is all based around trading. So in this game, it's kind of like, imagine Assassin's Creed Black Flag, except you're taken out of like the 3D part of it, and they're top down. So you have ship fights, you have to manage your own port,
I can kind of get a visual of what's going on here. Yeah,
it's pretty like it's super just interactive and super cool, and I'm really like I think that's gonna be a really cool game to look forward to. There was no announcements or anything like that. They just announced the title.
Right. Genre, the like top down almost Civilization like genre. It had another. There was I think it was called Humankind or something like that. That was announced that was very similar in that vein. So that's really cool.
Yeah,
I like that genre. I get into Civilization a little bit too, and
as much as Mac will let you.
Yeah, as much as my MacBook will not let me. But anyway, so that's our recap of Gamescom. Pretty good episode, I think.
Yeah,
we had some good stuff. Check us out next week. We're going to be making some more moves. We're going to be watching that Cyberpunk gameplay.
Hell yeah, that's going to be dope.
We're going to analyze all of that, give you guys all our thoughts on that. So, till next week, check back.
Peace.